Hey, what's up, Reefers? So this is going to be the first tank video taken with the Sony RX100 4. I picked this camera up last week and been playing around with it, especially the video mode, because I picked this camera up mainly for doing blog related video. So I was messing around with the white balance and I was able to set the color temperature to 10K, which is not enough yet. And then I adjusted the color more, giving it a little bit more red and green so that it's not completely tinted blue. So what you see right now is pretty close to what I see in person. So yeah, testing out the video quality, and hopefully this is a step up from what I had before. So some quick updates. As you can see, some of the Zoas are back in action. I did manual focus, which may have been a mistake. So they're opening now, at least most of them, so that's really good news. I think it was a combination of flow and lighting. So light, I dialed it back to 35% intensity. Again, I have a Radeon Gen 3, and every week I plan to crank it up maybe like by 5%, and then give it a week to acclimate and slowly dial it back up. In terms of new addition to the tank, well, you'll notice that I was actually right here. I pick up a Reefer clam from Petco again, actually. They've been getting some nice stuff. And I have him for about 2.5, 3 weeks already. Petco was actually running a sale. So I picked this guy up for about $35, and he has been doing pretty well. And if we move up a little bit, we will see this guy right here. So this guy, the seller called it orange bubble tip anatomy. Obviously it's orange with a green centered or disc with speckles, like white specks all over it. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to look at. He was telling me that sometimes people mistaken it for the sunburst, which is like I think it's like a orange anemones too, like orange tip anemone, but they have like a different color at the tip. But yeah, so I picked this guy up. He was actually bigger than I was expecting. So I was trying to find a good place for him. At first, I tried to kind of like park him underneath the rose bubble tip anemone, thinking that okay, they're both bubble tip anemone, they should get along, and they probably have like similar water flow and light requirement, so that may be a good place. So it's like actually right there, that little crevice is right here. But unfortunately, he did not like it, so his foot started detaching a little bit. And so instead of having him floating all over the tank and then risk being sucked into the power head, I kind of move him down here because it has a nice little bowl-shaped cave. I wasn't expecting him to really take to this place because I believe bubble tip anemone, they like kind of like a overhang. So the foot would be attached to the ceiling, and then the oral disc would reach out from underneath that overhang to get to the light and the food and the currents. But surprisingly, this guy actually stuck his foot in there and just stayed. I was also a little worried that obviously it's touching the Xenia and my Zoas, the Sunny Ds. But so far everything seems okay, but I will definitely move the Xenia somewhere else. I'm still struggling with the Xenias, by the way. They're just not doing well in my tank for some reason. While everything else seems to be okay. As you can see here, they look skinny. I mean, they're not dying, but just skinny. So if you guys have any idea what's going on with my Xenia, please let me know. Water chemistry wise, everything seems okay. I did not test for magnesium because I don't have the test kit, so I'm not sure if that matters. Also did not test for iodine, so maybe I should get those test kits as well. So swing back over here, you can see where the orange bubble tip anemone is touching the Sunny D Zoas. And so far, the Zoas did not really react to being touched by the anemone. So maybe it's okay, I don't know. But it's probably safer if I moved it, huh? Okay, well, zooming back out a little bit, you see my rose bubble tip anemone actually got really big. I don't even know. I don't know what happened. Within like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it started opening up really, really nicely, and I think it permanently taken residence in that little cave right there, where it's reaching out from, which is great. I mean, that's like a perfect spot. Now, if only the clowns would go into it, the world would be beautiful. In the fish department, everything seems to be healthy, doing well. Only thing I don't really like is that whenever I walk near the tank now, all the fish started coming towards the glass, expecting food. So it doesn't look too natural. I was wishing that they'll go along their own business while we're observing. Oh, look at the female clowns kind of bullying the male a little bit. So if you guys have any idea how I can kind of decondition the fish from swimming in front of the front glass when I walk near the tank, that would be great. See this female clown right here, just kind of like all up in our business. I was hoping that they'll kind of hang back. Or just go into anatomy. Please just go into anatomies. But yeah, so I started dosing vitamin C a while back, maybe like 2.5, 3 weeks ago, in an effort to get the zoas to open up. Oh, the female really doesn't like the male, huh? Hopefully they'll work things out. The male is trying. But anyways, so yeah, I was trying vitamin C. I do kind of notice everything seems to open up a little bit bigger. Now, of course, there are other factors in play as well. Good lord, look at those two clowns going at it. Hopefully they'll sort it out. But yeah, there's probably like different factors at play here, and not just the vitamin C. But I actually feel that it helped quite a bit. Coral seems to be opening bigger, especially the frog spawn, the rose bubble tip anemone, and of course the zoas. They finally open back up again. Not all, but most, if I can get them in focus. So I will continue dosing the vitamin C. I'll just assume that helped. Otherwise, everything is kind of steady as she goes. And crossing my fingers that one day the clowns will go into the bubble tip anemone, whether it's the rose bubble tip or the orange one. And I guess one more thing to add to the wish list is that please, these two clowns just get along. Yeah, so this has been latest update of the tank with my new camera. One that can actually white balance to the tank light, LED light, which is great. Well, then again, I'm just looking it through the viewfinder right now. Oh, not the viewfinder, but the screen, LCD screen. So we will see how it looks on the computer. Alright, talk to you guys later.